What's up, guys? Brian back to talk about just The Walking Dead in general, how Season 6 set up Season 7. Just want to talk about some different things I noticed in Season 6 that I just watched the last two episodes, 15 and 16. I think 15 was entitled East. 16 is, Last Day on Earth. But spoilers ahead if you don't not caught up with the show or whatever like that too. So just some general things that I thought were interesting and just general topics and all, because we can't get enough of The Walking Dead. So, East starts with Carol, writing a note and then leaving on there too. And it's like, why did she write a note? Why didn't she just leave? And, it's kind of like it set up things more when she wrote a note so people would come after her. She said, don't come after me, whatever. But, people did because they love Carol and they want her to be alive. But why didn't she just leave herself without leaving a note? I don't know if she just wanted to leave and not be a Barden anymore. But, so Morgan and Rick go out and Rick's going to shoot this guy from the kingdom. And everything gets a return. Everything comes back around. And Morgan saves this guy, which is going to be a kingdom rider. And they have a big dialogue between things, and Rick gives Morgan a gun, and Morgan doesn't want to take the gun, but luckily he did, because he did save Carol with it. And if you look behind Morgan, there's a castle, a kingdom there too, setting up the kingdom for that too. So little Easter eggs all over the place there too. I thought that was a good little nod to Season 7 going forward. There's the gun. Without the gun, the guy's going to kill Carol. And Morgan doesn't unload his clip. I mean, he didn't just shoot this guy. He was like, boom, 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 unloaded on him. And so Morgan definitely has that killer instinct again, which he needs to have both. I think he needs to have, all life is precious, but killing people is need to, especially when you're going to meet Negan and the Saviors. So we'll see if that's his ultimate demise, meets the Kingdom Riders and sets up the whole kingdom. When they're in the shower, you hear the, I think it's a Johnny Cash song. I might be mistaken, but there's a song that's playing, and it's like bits and like whatever it is, but it highlights, Glenn when basically he might be a victim. But you see the bruising on Maggie, and do you think that was something to do with the fight or whatever? Because she got sick, so some people are thinking it was from the bruising or the fighting or whatever, and I don't know. I don't know the answer. We don't know the answer. Or is it the pickles? That she's basically, Enid hands her the pickles because she was going to make a lunch and take another watch, and then Enid takes the watch. So I don't think Enid poisoned her, but is it something with the pickles from Hilltop? Because the apple, something to do, is it forbidden fruit, something, because they're like, Jesus came through, they all did, they're going to keep coming through. And so the Hilltop definitely might have fucked them over, screwed them over with, tainted poison fruit, or, but no one else got sick. So it was the pickles or whatever, So I don't know what that actually came from, but I know the Hilltop's going to be a constant problem, with Gregory going forward. So I like to see how that unfolds. They really put Abraham a lot in the last couple episodes of the Season 6. They poured it on, and I want to know why they brought in the Sasha Abraham connection. They didn't need to do that. Why did they have that love triangle between that, with Rosita and everything? It's a funny little thing, but are they kind of setting up Sasha hating Rick and going with Maggie? Because if Glenn and Abraham are the victims, then, Sasha's going to hate Rick going forward. But if she wasn't connected to Abraham, she might not really be that emotionally connected. And, is this considered, Rick's right-hand man? Did Negan think that's his right-hand man from the sneak peek? Because he came out the RV with him. So I thought that was interesting as well, because they really put Abraham and kind of Rick together in the last couple episodes. And then why did Dwight shoot Daryl? To wound him? To get into Alexandria? To keep him alive? I don't know, because he easily could have shot him in the head here and kill him and never have to deal with Daryl again. So is he trying to keep him alive? Is he trying to do something there? I don't know. The foreshadowing of Negan on the gun, of course, but Negan takes this gun in the lineup. So is he going to use that gun again to kill someone in that? Or are we going to see that gun again? Or is that just foreshadowing of Negan coming? If you look, you see the hatchet, the axe, whatever you want to call it, on Rick's belt, I would think, there too. And this guy's going to be hanging there for sure. I don't know what the X on the spot was on there too. Does anybody think of what that was? I don't know why that was kind of doing that. But, in the crazy RV thing of the spoilers, if you know the channel, Rick gets taken by Negan in the RV, and they're supposed to go back to this position. And this was the last spot they really went, I believe, before they decided to go out on foot. So is there some meaning behind that as well? We're going to see it again with the fire burning out on there too, and to see how it portrays. I don't know. Is Negan going to break Rick down in front of this and say, I don't know. It's just going to come back around. So they set it up to know that they are going to go back here. So I don't know. I don't know how it plays a factor. Just general conversation and topics on there too. Post your comments below any of this information and let us know if maybe it's something I didn't pick up on as well. So, Rick, in the sneak peek, the last thing we saw was Rick being thrown in the RV. And then the Spoiling Dead fans write that he's going to take the RV road trip from hell, going to mess with them on there too. But people think that he's going to why would he take the axe? Is he going to cut that guy down that was hanging there with it? Is he going to do something with it? I mean, I don't understand what the whole thing of taking his axe is. He's not going to cut his hand off. He's just not going to do that. So, and then this picture is on the side of the RV, the back of the RV. I don't know if that's the window or the railing or something, but it looks like a window on there. So, what is he smiling at? What does he have? Why is he holding a gun? Why is he holding Eugene's gun? And that's definitely Eugene's gun. So, I don't know, guys. Like, share, subscribe. Let us know what you think. Post your comments. Post your questions about our Q&A we're going to do this weekend. Thanks for watching, and you guys are awesome.